Hi again, I'm Mohammad Reza, and here we are going to find out who is the hero. Ordinary world. The time and place where the hero lives before the beginning of his adventurous journey, his family, circumstances, and the people who grew up among form the protagonist's ordinary world.
But in that opening section, there should be some kind of clue we're going someplace else, or there's a problem here that needs to be solved.
This is the first stage of the 12-stage process that the character goes through to become a hero and ultimately shape the story. Subscribe to my channel and let's see some famous heroes' ordinary world. Batman. Bruce Wayne, an 8-year-old boy, lived in a city full of crime. However, being the child of a very wealthy and influential family, he does not understand the pain of the people and his community until the murder of his parents, which makes him realize that he cannot be indifferent to the suffering of the people.
I'm vengeance.
Breaking Bad. Walter White, along with his writer wife and their disabled teenage son, lives in New Mexico in the early 21st century. He is a high school chemistry teacher, and to make ends meet, he is forced to work at a car wash for the rest of his days. His dull and boring life contrasts with the exciting and cool life of his brother-in-law. They are two sides of the coin of life.
Yes.
The Godfather. Michael Corleone, a resident of Manhattan in 1940, is a member of the largest and most powerful mafia family. But unlike his father and brothers, he doesn't like the dark world of crime and violence. He is educated and has joined the army, and he's engaged to a woman he loves.
I never wanted this for you.
Kung Fu Panda. Paul, a young chubby panda, lives with his father, Mr. Ping, who is a goose, in the Valley of Peace and is passionate about Kung Fu. His dream is to become a member of the Furious Five, who train in the Jade Palace under the legendary Master Oogway. But he is always ridiculed by others, and even his father sees this desire as a ridiculous dream. Can a fat and clumsy panda become a Kung Fu warrior?
I'm coming! Stairs.
Lynn the Professional. In a city resembling New York in 1994, where the poor struggle to survive in cramped and overcrowded apartments, facing countless problems, and the wealthy and criminal thrive, Leon is a professional hitman who lives among the people, reducing number of bad parasites in his society. In exchange for money, his only friend and roommate is a potted plant, and he lives alone.
I like these calm little moments before the storm.
The Lord of the Rings. In the land of Middle-earth, during the Third Age, countless beings other than humans live on the earth. Some are mortal and some are immortal. Some are followers of the light, Ilúvatar, the creator of the world, and some are followers of darkness, Morgoth, the servant of darkness. Wow, Tolkien is a genius.
Time passed and the hobbits grew into this world.
Frodo Baggins is a hobbit from the Shire. a peaceful and verdant land far from war. He lives with his uncle Bilbo Baggins and has many friends, including the wizard Gandalf the Grey. Meanwhile, Sauron has returned to the land of darkness and he is searching for his lost ring, the One Ring, which holds the power of all other rings, and now resides in Bilbo's possession. Bilbo has passed the ring on to Frodo as his inheritance.
One ring to rule them all.
We can only become part of the heroic adventure of the characters, which is what we pay for when we read their novels or watch their movies, after we know when, where, and how they lived. Understanding the ordinary world and knowing the circumstances enable us to comprehend why we are invited to the adventure. Me and you also, without knowing our current circumstances, cannot take any effective action. If we don't know our strengths and weaknesses, we cannot make the right decision.
They're not absolute. They are conditional to you. If you know more than Daddy knew, it's time to leave the camp and have your own adventure.
We need to know on which step we stand to understand our position relative to higher steps and move forward accordingly. If we are on the second step and decide to reach the 20th step with one leap, we will undoubtedly fail. Now, as I say this, it seems obvious and self-evident to everyone. However, if we review our lives, we encounter many decisions that, due to a lack of control over our personal situations, have caused us to waste a significant amount of our time and energy and taste the bitter flavor of failure. Only by having a grasp of our ordinary world, we can decide which individuals are beneficial for us to connect with and which ones are harmful. Even knowing what food is permissible and what food is forbidden, what job suits us and what job does not, knowing what to say to preserve a relationship and what not to say to prevent a tragedy in our relationships or careers.
This will be your last week of employment at this company.
Why me?
What am I supposed to do now?
This is ridiculous.
How you sleep at night, man?
Without knowledge of our ordinary world, we are not truly ourselves. We become a caricature of an unremarkable human who eats sugar because it's sweet, who refuses to take medicine because it's bitter, who enjoys using a mobile phone because it's pleasurable, but avoids daily exercise because it's hard, who either avoids new adventures or embarks on journeys doomed to failure.
Stop the car! Okay! It's gonna be okay, please! Do not open the door! Please!
What happened?
He's colorblind. He can't fly.
But the value of all these things depends on our circumstances. So they can be in their rightful place and lead us to aspiration of much higher value. They lead us to the hidden treasures of our lives, which enable us to reach deep satisfaction and tranquility at the end of the journey, instead of having a handful of fleeting pleasures, regrets, and depression. It's what all of us are seeking. Our discussion about the ordinary world doesn't end here. And I have a surprise for you that will help us dive into the heroic journey in real life. So don't miss my next video.